Hi there, welcome to my tutorial on being able to plot straight line graphs. What we're going to do is we're going to plot three graphs here, and the way I'm going to do this is use a table of values in order to do this. So we're going to start off and we're going to look at the graph of y equals 2x minus 2, and we're going to plot this graph. I've set up a table of values here and I've put in all the x values. What I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the x values into my equation to generate my y coordinates. Then when I've got the x and y coordinates, then I can plot those and complete my graph. So I'm going to do it between -3 and 4. Quite a few coordinates there to use. So we're going to start off, and I always start off with the positives because they tend to be easier to put in. It's easier dealing with positives than negatives. So let's put the value of 4 into our equation. 2x obviously means 2 times x. So we've got 2 times 4, which is 8. Take away 2 gives us 6. There's our first point. Now I'm going to put 3 in. 2 3s are 6. Take away 2 is 4. Put 2 in. 2 2s are 4. Take away 2 is 2. 2 1s are 2. Take away 2 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0, take away 2 is -2. By this time you should be able to see that there's a pattern developing here. It's a straight line graph, so it's going down in equal amounts each time. It's going down by 2. So we could either continue that on, or you can put in the remaining coordinates there for x. So x is -1, it's 2 times -1 is -2, take away 2 is -4. 2 times -2 is -4, take away 2 is -6, and the last one, continuing the pattern, will be -8. Once I've got my coordinates, I can now go about plotting my graph. I can plot the x and the y coordinates. So when x is -3, y is -8. So that's down here off my graph. The second one is -2. When x is -2, y is -6. And then we've got -1, -4, 0 is -2, that's where it cuts the y-axis. Then we've got 1, 0, 2, 2, 3, 4, and 4, 6. I've now got my sets of coordinates there. I can join them up to form my straight line graph. So join these up. You need to use a ruler when you're doing this. It's difficult for me to use a ruler on here, so it smudges things, so I'm just doing it freehand, but please use a ruler when you're doing this. And we've got our graph of y equals 2x minus 2. You should be able to see at this point that it's cutting the axis here, the y-axis at -2, which has a relationship to this point here. We'll look at that later on in a later tutorial. The second one then, same type of thing. I'm going to generate my coordinates for y, and then I'm going to plot my curve. So let's put our positive values for x into our new equation, y equals 3x plus 1. When x is 4, 3 4s are 12 plus 1, we get 13. When x is 3, 3 3s are 9, plus 1 is 10. When x is 2, 3 2s are 6, plus 1 is 7. 3 1s are 3, plus 1 is 4, and you should be able to see now that this is going down in 3s. So we continue that on, 1, -2, -5, and -8. Let's check the last one. 3 times -3 is -9, add 1 takes us back up the number line to -8. I've got my coordinates, let's now plot them. When x is -3, y is -8, it's down here. When x is -2, y is -5. When x is -1, y is -2. When x is 0, y is 1. When x is 1, y is 4. When x is 2, y is 7. When x is 3, y is 10, and that's going off my graph there. I'm not going to plot those points. I'm going to join these ones up to form my graph. and I have the graph of y equals 3x plus 1. Okay, the last one here. I've got the third example, 2y plus 4x equals 2. Now what you should be able to see, that's in a different format. It doesn't matter, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to rearrange that to put it into the format that we're used to seeing on these other two, y equals something x plus something. So let's rearrange this. I've got 2y plus 4x. First thing I'm going to do is take the 4x over to the other side. So 2y equals negative 4x plus 2. Then I'm going to take the 2 over to the other side. I'm multiplying by 2 there, so I'm going to be dividing on the other side. So if I divide by 2, I get y equals negative 4x plus 2, all divided by 2. I need to divide both of these terms, the negative 4x and the 2, by the 2. So I get y equals negative 2x. 2 divided by 2 is plus 1. I've now got my equation in the form that I've had on the other two, so it makes it easy now to plot the points. Let's put these in. I've got my table of values up here. So this time I've got my x values and my equation. So when x is 4, minus 2 times 4 is minus 8. Minus 8 plus 1 is negative 7. When x is 3, minus 2 times 3 is negative 6, plus 1 is negative 5. When x is 2, negative 2 times 2 is negative 4, plus 1 is negative 3. And at this stage I should be able to see that this is going upwards this way, to the left, by 2 each time. So the next one, negative 1, 1, 3, 5, 7. Put my y value in there. Let's just check on the last one to make sure we've done it correctly. So minus 2 or negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6, because a negative times a negative gives a positive. So we've got positive 6 plus 1 gives me 7. So I've done this correctly. Let's plot the points now. When x is negative 3, y is 7. When x is negative 2, y is 5. When x is negative 1, y is 3. When x is 0, y is 1. When x is 1, y is negative 1. When x is 2, y is negative 3. When x is 3, y is negative 5. And when x is 4, y is negative 7. I've got my points. All that remains for me to do is to join them up. Please use a ruler, like I said, when you're doing this. So my graph becomes, let's write it in its rearranged form, y equals negative 2x plus 1. And again we can see that it's cutting the y-axis at 1, which relates to the one in our equation.